Good evening. Several cases of the measles have popped up in Edmonton and other parts of Canada. And now health authorities are investigating a case of measles in Lloydminster. Now the Prairie North Health Region said they are looking into a case of the measles in an unimmunized child under the age of 5. And now they are cautioning members of the public who may have been exposed. Measles is a highly infectious and potentially serious disease that is easily transmitted through the air. Now, if you visited the following places in Lloydminster last Monday on April 21st, you may have been exposed to the disease. Those places include Boston Pizza in the morning hours of 11:30 a.m. till 3 p.m., Mark's Work Warehouse, Walmart, and McDonald's restaurant on the south side of the city. Now, symptoms include high fever, cough, and runny nose, followed by a rash. The rash often starts on the face before spreading to the rest of the body. Now, if you develop symptoms of measles, you're asked to call your primary health care provider's office and explain that you were in contact of a confirmed measles case. Detail your symptoms and see what accommodations can be put into place prior to your visit to the doctor to minimize the contact with other patients. Well, people across the nation took a moment of silence today to commemorate those who have been killed, disabled, or injured while on the job. And the city of Lloydminster took part in National Mourning Day by holding a flag-raising ceremony at City Hall.
We commemorate those that have lost their lives either to illness or workplace injury. And the city of Lloydminster takes safety very seriously. And all our contractors and our community partners, we like to recognize this day of mourning for those that have been affected by workplace injury.
The flag raising comes right before North American Occupational Health and Safety Week kicks off on May 4th. Staff from the Lakeland Regional Safety Committee were there to promote the coming week.
So Day of Mourning is kind of our first event for this week. So we always have some sort of a ceremony at City Hall where we invite others down and we just take a moment of silence to recognize the victims and families of workplace tragedy.
Jennifer Keach says between Alberta and Saskatchewan, our region is seeing about 800 serious work-related injuries a year.
Absolutely. In fact, there's injuries and fatalities on a daily basis, and with Lloydminster being a border city, we have to incorporate the Saskatchewan and the Alberta side. So our numbers are higher than most.
A barbecue will be held at Target Safety Services in Lloydminster on Friday to kick off the Safety Week, and we'll have safety professionals, information booths, and demonstrations for the general public. A Battleford man was arrested this morning by the Battleford Rural Detachment for multiple weapons and drug offenses. Now, complaints were made after the man was allegedly seen carrying a firearm on 2nd Avenue in Battleford. The 34-year-old man will be held until his court appearance tomorrow morning. Meanwhile, five people are facing charges after Onion Lake RCMP executed a search warrant on a home on the First Nation on Friday. Officers seized cocaine, firearms, ammunition, electronics, body armor, and cash. 20-year-old Martin Heathen, 19-year-old Caitlin Heathen, and 27-year-old Destiny Little Wolf from Onion Lake First Nation are facing various charges, including trafficking of cocaine, possession of proceeds of crime, several firearm charges, and charges of breaching release conditions. Now, 40-year-old Kevin Chambers and 42-year-old Beverly Boucher from Lloydminster are also facing similar charges. The investigation is still ongoing. A 21-year-old Lloydminster man is facing various charges after police say he drove through downtown Lloydminster with illegal sirens on. And as Bart Padiasic reports, the evidence came from a video on social media.
Sirens on while weaving in and out of traffic down Highway 17. This is the video that sparked the investigation.
And I can't imagine why somebody would want to videotape themselves committing if not a criminal offense, but a provincial offense as well.
Staff Sergeant Joe Weinish says the video came to their attention after an officer saw it on his feed on a social media website. Now 21-year-old Brandon Levely, the man behind the wheel, is facing charges of dangerous operation of a motor vehicle and has been ordered to remove the sirens from his car.
Equipment like sirens and flashing lights on vehicles are restricted for one thing, and there are provincial legislations that control the use of flashing lights and sirens.
Now, there are no reports of injuries, but officers say the outcome could have been a whole lot worse. When local police use their sirens, they are ultimately responsible if any crashes do occur. And even though the video did come from social media, Staff Sergeant Weinish says any and all footage of illegal activity can be investigated.
As long as we can fit the offenses we see into the key elements for a charge, then absolutely it can be followed up on.
Bart Pediasic, Newcap News.
Well, it's news homeowners don't want to hear. Property taxes are on the rise. Now, the increases were approved at Council this afternoon. Anka Notvate was there and has the details.
Today at City Council, a resident brought a unique request towards Council, asking for fireworks within the city limits. And the bylaw was discussed regarding this issue.
I only thought it fair that, that this be granted. Let's do this one, and it'll be no more than the 3 that are grandfathered in, okay? And until they rewrite the bylaw or take another look at it.
As well, the mill rate for 2014 has been approved, and residents can expect a 7.75% increase from last year.
So if you sort of do some simple math on a home that's worth about $315,000, you're looking at about a $130 increase year over year.
We'll have more details on some of these stories tomorrow on Newcap News. Reporting from City Hall, Anna Notvate.